Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Easy Cooking with Linda B. Tomorrow, we are celebrating Dr. Richard's birthday. He becomes a senior. He's our favorite senior in the office. Anyway, I am going to make for him an ice cream cake, and I'm going to show you how I put it all together. Before I go over the ingredients for this ice cream cake that I'm making for Dr. Richard, if you haven't caught my previous video, which is a gender reveal, was it a girl or was it a boy? Now I'm going to tell you. It's a boy. So we're so excited. In November, we will greet our new grandson, our first grandchild, and we're so excited about it. And thank you for watching that video and congratulating us. It's just a real blessing for us. Thank you so much. So now I'm going to show you what I use. So in this bowl, I have the chocolate cream filled cookies that I have run through the food processor to give it a fairly fine crunch there. I don't want them big and chunky because this is going to be the crust, the bottom layer of the ice cream cake. And what I will do is I'm going to take some chocolate fudge, mix this together, and put that in my springform pan. I will be working with this pan. I like it because it's got a perfect mold, and when it's set up completely, I can take the ring off of it and it'll be perfect. So for ice cream, this is Dr. Richard's favorite. I'm using mint chocolate chip. You could use whatever brand you like. We prefer this brand. And also, this is a really good flavor here. It's called Moose Tracks. It's chocolate and it's got those little peanut butter cups in there. So it really gives it some great flavor. So for the decoration, I'm going to use these snow caps for the top. And also I have some more of the reserved chocolate crumbs in Heath bar. I'll mix them together. They'll go between the layers. I'll show you how I do that. And then I have cherries for the topping. And I also have the chocolate shell. And the chocolate shell I will put on the very top of it. Oh, and by the way, I will be also using whipped topping to do the decoration. And on top of all of that, I have a piece of chocolate, which I will shave on top. So now I'm going to show you how I assemble it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my hot fudge. And I don't know how much I'll need until I actually start working with it. But this is going to be the glue that holds the cookie crumbles together because I am not going to put this in the oven. So to bake it, there's no need to. So what you want to do is just get that mixed in well. What I'm going to do is put this in my spring form pan. Okay, now to kind of help smush down the crumble, I'm going to use the back of my measuring cup. Because after I do this, then what I will do is take this and put it in my freezer to let it set up. Then I could put the ice cream on it next. And I'll show you what it looks like at that point. So while the crust is setting up in the freezer, I have my whipped topping, which is very, very soft. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into my piping bag here. I have a star tip that I'll be using. This will be the decoration on the very top. So this is now ready for the refrigerator to set up. And then I'll show you what the crust looks like and we'll go from there. Okay, the crust is set up in my springform pan. It only took about 15 minutes in the freezer. So in my cup here, or my glass, I have water and my scoop. And now I've left the ice cream out probably for about a good 45 minutes. So it's very soft and easy to work with. So the first layer I'm going to put down is going to be the mint chocolate chip. So just go ahead, place it around. See how soft that is? I'm probably going to use right now maybe about half of this container. Add a little bit more in there. Okay, so I think at this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spread it around. I hope you could see inside there, babe. Can you get a good shot? And if you find you don't have enough, just keep adding until you've got the layer that you want, completely covering the cookie crumb. Now what I want to do is put in the freezer, I'm sorry, for about 15 minutes to set up so I can work with my next layer. And I'll come right back to you. What I would now do for the layering in between the layers, this is going to be the crumble layer. I'm taking the crumbles, the chocolate crumbles, putting it in a bowl, and I'm going to mix it with some of the Heath bars. I want them to be pretty even throughout that top layer of the cake. And now just give this a good mix. Like that. Okay, so now my cake is set up and I've taken my chocolate fudge and I've heated it up so it's a little looser. Now what I want to do is put a layer of this on top and then I will smooth it out and then put on the crumble layer. I think I may have enough there. I'll add more if I have to. With my offset spatula, I'm going to spread it out over the top. Okay, so I got that spread out pretty good. Okay, and now I'm going to take my crumbles with my hands and I'm going to sprinkle it all over. So the hot fudge will help to hold this together just like it did the crust layer. You want to get that spread out evenly. Very good. So I'm going to pat that in, make sure it firms up and sticks together. I'll put it back in the freezer, probably for about 5 to 10 minutes. It won't take long for this to set up, and then we'll go on to the next layer. Okay, I've had this in the freezer for about 15 minutes. It's still a little bit soft, but firm enough to work with. Now the next thing I want to do is put on the top layer. And this is where I'm going to use the mousse track. I've had this out for quite some time. As you can see, it's very soft, but that's fine. It just makes it much easier to work with. So again, just scoop out as much ice cream as you want for that top layer. All right, so now I have my top layer on and I'm going to freeze this overnight. Tomorrow I will come back and I'll show you exactly how I put this whole thing together. This has been in the freezer for at least 16 hours. So now it's completely set up and I'm now going to put on the shell. Now the shell, you have to shake this for about 30 seconds. I've already done the majority of the shaking. So now I'm going to pour this on top and you'll see that'll set up very quickly. I'm sure you're all familiar with this. I'm going to glob it right on. So now what I'm going to do here is spread it out all over the top of the ice cream cake. Where that has a chance to set up, I'm going to throw on some of my snow caps here. I think that looks good right there. And then I also have some of my reserved cookie crumble that I'm now going to put on top. Just like that. Okay, and then I think I'll also put just a little more of the Heath Crunch. A little more color. And I can see the shell has already set up. Okay, so now the next thing I need to do is get the Cool Whip or whip chopping out of the refrigerator, and then I'm going to decorate it next. Okay, so I've got my star tip on here, and I'm just going to make a dollop in the center, and I'm going to make a few around the edge. in the center here. Just like that. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take my chocolate and I'm going to use my microplane and just do a sprinkling all over the top for color. Just like that. And now I will finish off with my cherries. I'm right on top of each dollop of whipped topping. Okay, and here it is. It's beautiful. I know Dr. Richard will be very happy with this. So I'll see you back at the office and you'll get to meet our loved Dr. Richard.
To you. Happy birthday, dear Richard. Happy birthday to you.
Oh,
And many more.
very good.
Okay, welcome to my office, family. This is Dr. Richard and our lovely Sabina.
Hi.
And our beautiful Dr. Marie, you know her from her birthday. And gorgeous Allison. And my kid, bratty sister, Leah. So I hope you enjoyed watching my video and me making this wonderful ice cream cake. It's so simple. Use any flavoring you like. Always remember though, make it the day ahead because it does need to set up in the refrigerator. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so and leave me a like and a comment. I love your comments. So remember, enjoy life and never stop learning. Bye now.